How many times have you stopped yourself from starting something because it wasn't perfect yet? Welcome to Why the Fuck Not, a series where we dive into doubt and fear, and it's all about pushing through and developing that mindset of why the fuck not. My name is Lucky De Jesus, and I'm here to share stories of overcoming these obstacles and self imposing limits, whether it is in fitness, in business, and in life. It's taking that leap into the unknown. And today, we're talking about perfectionism. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory here. It holds us back tremendously. And there's moments where in my life, I'm like, I'm not going to do it until it's perfect. It's until I have 100% of everything I need to know. So that way I know it's successful. How many times have you sat down and looked around and said, hey, I need A, B, C, and D and E before I can get started to achieve my goal? But you never get your A, B, C, D, and E. And you're just still there at the same freaking place. I'm going to give you an example here. So I'm sitting there with my dad. We're having dinner. I've been married with my wife now at that moment for about 2, maybe 3 years. I want to say maybe 2 years. My dad happened to look over at me and I look up and I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, when are you going to have kids? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, when are you going to have kids? And I look at him, I'm like, oh, I'm still in school. I want to get a better paying job. I just want to make so much more money so that way I know when I have kids, I can take care of them. All in all, I just want it to be perfect. I want to be successful. I want to be able to raise the kids and give them everything that they need. And he looks at me in this calm voice and a little smirk on his face, but in a very caring way. He's like, I have no doubt that you'll be successful one day. But in that moment of what happens when you don't become successful and you're too old to have kids, what happens then? And at that moment, I'm like, oh shit, he's right. I don't know when I'm going to be successful. I don't know when I'm going to make enough money to even have kids of my own. So that night I went home and looked at my wife and I said, babe, let's be serious about having kids. And because of that conversation with my dad, and I'm truly grateful for it, we started trying. We have our son Oliver and then our daughter Gemma. But it's because of that, because I was waiting for that perfect moment to start a family, the perfect ideal situation where I'm making money enough to support my family, to be able to live in our own place, knowing that they are comfortable. What if I never get to that point? That's a scary, scary moment because you never know, right? Things will happen, time will get away, and all of a sudden I'm 50, 60 years old and I have no kids. I've always wanted to have kids. I've always wanted to be that role model for someone. I was just waiting for that perfect moment to happen. And honestly, truly grateful for that conversation with my dad because he did realize that like, hey, you don't have to have everything yet. And that goes with anything. Colin Powell says you have to have 40 to 70% of the information to take action. Any less than that is not enough. Any more than 70%, it's too late. You don't need everything. You just need to start taking actions on it. And sure enough, because of my kids, I'm constantly pushing myself to evolve, to get better, to strive to be better. Chasing that thought of being perfect and not starting anything because I'm trying to figure out plan A, B, and C, and D. And then what happens if D doesn't work? Where's E? But you get what I'm saying. If we delay too long because we want everything, we're going to have missed opportunities. We're going to have opportunities pass us up because someone's willing to take that risk to jump forward and say, why the fuck not? I have some information, but let's go ahead and take this challenge, this opportunity in front of us. As long as you get enough information to make a decision, make that decision, and then you can always pivot. I'm constantly pivoting. I started my own Fit Body location, then I had to close it down. So I pivoted and I got brought into the headquarters team. I had to make another pivot and I started a real estate media company. As I was starting to get my bearings straight, I had to pick up working as a nurse again. And that's where I'm at today because I'm constantly making these pivots. And now I'm here making a podcast for all of you. It's because it doesn't have to be perfect. I have everything in my hands. It's just need to get started. Perfectionism is a way for us to just have an excuse for us to not take action, for us to be scared of tackling a challenge, knowing that we don't have all the information. That unknown side of it, of what's going to happen, scares us. We want to prepare for it. And because of that, we don't take any action. May sound like a story that doesn't tie in, but if I didn't have that conversation with my dad about waiting for the perfect moment to have kids, to have a family, I would not have my kids. My kids would not be here. It'd just be me and my wife, because I'm still trying to make it. I'm still trying to get to that level where my income is flowing and I can have investments and all this other stuff. I'll be honest, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, but that's okay because I have a wonderful family. It's because of the imperfections in life I can have this family, because I took that risk. I said, why the fuck not? Let's go. Let's have a family and not wait for that perfect moment, that perfect opportunity, the chance of success. I took that chance. I took that risk. And we have this amazing family that I am very proud of. I have two amazing kids. Both of them have this personality that is just amazing. My son is intelligent. He reads at a high level for his age. We were at a Mammoth museum during my Ironman triathlon, and he was reading out words that I can't even pronounce. Even the tour guide was impressed with his pronunciation of the scientific name of a mammoth. My daughter, she knows everyone at school by their name. She is a social butterfly, and because of these two people, they are a gift to this world. They're a gift to us and my wife and I. This is all because I didn't chase that perfect opportunity. I didn't wait for the perfect time to have a family. I just went for it. And because of that, I have the life I have today. If you wait for that perfect moment, it's far and gone. I want you to think, like, when was it a time that I've waited for the perfect time to have all the information so I know it's going to be perfect? And then that opportunity is gone. Also think about, maybe even leave in the comments below, that, you didn't care if it was perfect. You just went for it. And when you went for it, the results were a lot better than you thought it would be. If you found that this episode was helpful, please like, share, comment, subscribe. That would greatly help me out. Again, this is all about developing that mindset of why the fuck not, to challenge yourself to take you to a whole new level and to eliminate those barriers in your head, because that's really what's limiting you. It's not the government. It's not your wife. It's not your family, your mom, your dad, your neighbors. No, it's none of that. It's all about here in your head that's limiting you. And once you get past that, it's endless and things are going to start opening up. Keep putting in the hard work, develop that why the fuck not attitude, and really just start executing, taking those actions and moving forward. If this is something that helped you out, please like, subscribe, share it with someone, leave a comment down below, and I look forward to sharing another story, another experience with you in the series of what I call is Why the Fuck Not.